Hello guys. So once again we are back in the new year, first month of January. This is our second podcast that we wanted to do it. So I wanted to start with saying hi to Hemant. How is the weather in California? How is everything there?
Oh, weather is awesome. Actually, I visited
Mhm.
Michigan last week, but this weekend, last weekend, it was so bad I couldn't believe. And now, whatever cold here is, I'm enjoying. As you can see, I'm wearing t-shirt.
Yeah.
I'm liking my weather more than before.
Yeah, speaking of Michigan, you posted something in Facebook. Like what was it about? Something
Oh
interesting that
yeah.
you.
No, actually, that didn't happen. That happened when I was coming from internationally. When I was coming,
Okay, okay.
from I was entering into US, I had the global entry. I applied for global entry,
Mhm,
and like I just applied because my credit card gave me
mhm,
this offer. Hey, if you apply for this thing, we'll give you to $120 credit or something. And I
mhm,
said, okay, let me apply for it or something.
mhm,
And then so it was an interview. They call it when you enter to US, they interview you if you are like we should give you this global entry
mhm,
thing. So then I said, okay, let me do that. So when I was entering, the TSA guys asked me, hey, we need to interview or something because we interview everybody. I said, okay. So started asking questions. Tell me if you have done any violation for me. I said, no, I have not done any violation. So the way whatever the question asked, that's fine. But the problem was the way she was asking me.
the tone.
Hey, what I'm asking you, answer only this. Don't laugh or don't say something. No, like stop now or something. The her way of asking question was more like a bullying me.
Mm.
That's what I didn't like more. And then that's why I was trying to tell my friends, when they are applying for global entry, don't expect good things.
Mhm.
After you get the global entry, okay, maybe I might see the benefits of it, but nobody wants to have that kind of a racist behavior by TSA people, to treat these and then also once she also want never ever yell at us or something. I said, I didn't yell or anything. Why you're telling me to not yell at you? So anyway, so she was trying to vent her frustration of other people on me.
Yeah,
So
that's a sad job to be in. Like, yeah,
yeah,
it's like really sad what's happening with the US and the immigrants. Yeah. Yeah,
yeah.
it's
Anyway,
really strange. Yeah,
that's what
strange
I was.
times. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yeah, it is. I mean, one side I want. I used to be Trump fan,
Mm.
but now it looks like it's not getting anywhere. It's just politics, politics, politics.
Yeah. Yeah, speaking of politics, you know what happened? Another tech news I wanted to bring up for today's podcast. We spoke in the last podcast that Apple shut down
Yes,
its
I was
AI.
about to ask you what's happening. Actually, these days I stopped reading all the news. I was thinking to ask
Yeah.
you what's going on.
So
This
what happened was like in the last podcast when we discussed Apple shut down its AI division and then kind of did nothing with AI and they signed a big deal, undisclosed deal with Google for a big check where they use Gemini models as their search engine. That was the context for people who did not watch the last podcast. And then what happened is now all the or a good chunk of AI engineers from Apple are now quitting Apple and going and joining OpenAI. So that's what is happening. That's an interesting thing. Like the 2025 was the year of tech poaching. Like Meta stole a bunch of engineers from OpenAI and every other big company for several $1 million. Some engineers got $100 million signing bonuses
yes, yes,
and
yes,
a
yes.
couple of young kids. Like there is a guy called Wang. He has a company about data preparation for AI. I'm not sure the exact name. His company was bought for several $1 billion and he was hired straight into Meta, and a lot of engineers for several millions of dollars package. Meta signed all of them to improve
Yeah.
their AI models. And then now it's continuing in 2026. Now OpenAI is stealing the whatever leftovers from Apple and other companies. So it's going to be like a continuing thing that we are going to see in 2026.
See, here is my take on it. Means normally when I say something, I really don't look what other people are saying or something. My take is why they are doing it. When right now the job market is so bad, you
Hmm.
know. Like any you ask anybody, right, they cannot find any job, you know. So
Hmm.
but on the other side, these people are getting paid millions of
Hmm.
dollars, you know. Like, don't you think Google already know that these engineers, you know, are not that worth or something? To me, it's a media game, you know. They're trying
Hmm.
to show that, hey, we are grabbing these engineers
Hmm.
who have such a like a star profile, you know. So when they are doing this, I think they are trying to not only grab those skill set, but I think they're trying to grab more like a media, you know, like a hi boy, we
It's a
have this
PR move. Yeah.
definitely, right. So
Yeah.
then they're trying to boost their stock by, I think this is
Oh
happening, and then
yeah.
after
Okay, that's fair
6 months or
too.
so, you know, they'll start firing, you know. Then the people who got what I'm saying is they already made the money, they already
Yeah.
from those engineers, you know. I
Yeah.
think this is
Yeah,
my take.
that's a good conspiracy to think about. A good thing to get out. The thing is, like, it makes sense though. Like, they increase their PR and also stock raises, and whatever money they have given to you in signing bonuses, they can make it in one day or something. I mean, yeah, of course, they are big monsters. Another interesting thing I found was Satya Nadella talking in Davos in Switzerland. Like, there was a recent meeting, right? All the world leaders were coming and talking about it. One thing Satya Nadella was saying was like, the biggest winner in this AI race that's happening is the one who controls the energy sector, kind of, because all these.
To me, I think
Mhm,
that's another conspiracy. I tried
mhm,
to search on ChatGPT. This Trump was saying, "Hey, electricity bills are going up" or something. I asked ChatGPT, "Is this true or
mhm,
something?" ChatGPT could not relate it, or saying it is right now it's the media, but I cannot prove it to you that your
mhm.
energy bills are going up or something. To me, it's another conspiracy theory by Trump or
Okay,
people.
fair.
I don't think so that's
But
true.
I would like to push back here. What I can push back is none of the data centers are exactly located in maybe in California. It's mostly located in Oklahoma and those kind of Nebraska, those kind of strange places. You know, currently there's a lawsuit for Elon Musk as well. He's generating
Uh,
more electricity than he should, or something like that, and then low
yeah.
voltage issues are happening. I'm not sure, but I just read it everywhere.
No,
So,
means
mm,
means means it could be true, but not directly. Like, see, they're
yeah.
trying to grab, like they're trying to create a hook to for like a
Hmm.
regular people who don't know AI. Most people don't know AI. Even I would
Hmm.
say is I don't even know that much AI.
Hmm.
But when you create some kind of like a hype, like or something kind of conspiracy theory, global warming is there. You can't prove it.
Yeah.
You know, you can
Yeah.
try to associate, correlate, or something.
Hmm.
Same thing is happening here. This is what my take on it
Yeah,
was. You know,
which is a fair take, because one thing I just found, another thing I found was like you said, global warming, ice caps are melting. Maybe you can measure that. Maybe sea level rising, you can measure that. But also there is a theory that climate in Earth was never consistent. You know, it was always up and down. It's not just alone human beings who caused global warming.
yeah.
Specifically, of course, we did a lot of damage. We have destroyed a
Yes,
lot of
I
species,
agree. Yeah,
which is true.
means
But that alone is might not be the one to blame. I'm not sure, but it's a thing for debate. You know, even Bill Gates is now backtracking his statements. You know, he thinks, I think the climate is fine, kind of. You know, even he himself is backtracking.
yeah,
Who is like a big climate
yeah.
propaganda pusher, right? In a way. So yeah, that's one thing. And also these tech companies are buying, like, what one other thing they were saying is, for this electricity thing was, they're all signed up deals with nuclear power plants and stuff. Which we talked in the very early podcast of last month. I think last year, basically we were talking about it. Big tech companies are signing up nuclear fusion reactor, modular reactors. So what they are trying to do probably is trying to reduce the token cost charge that they are doing it. So the only way that they can reduce cost is by reducing the electricity expense for their data centers that they own. They already own hundreds of thousands of GPUs, data centers. What are the biggest expenses for them, for a tech
It's like,
company?
yeah,
Data centers, electricity bill, basically. So, what is the
yes,
best way to optimize? Probably they are going nuclear. I mean,
yeah,
which
yeah.
sounds
You're right.
crazy.
Yeah, that way I agree. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. Yeah,
And
yeah.
another thing I wanted to touch upon was, like, this is one thing, and then what do you think about ChatGPT bringing ads? It says that, like, it can happen as soon as this year or any quarter of this year.
Sorry,
OpenAI
say that again. Chat GPT doing what?
OpenAI is going to bring in advertisements for
Yeah,
ChatGPT.
I think it's already happening. We don't, because these days I think ads are pushed to us without we knowing it.
Yeah,
Let me give you an example. Yesterday, remember we were talking about that the posture thing.
yeah,
You
a
know,
device.
now I see it everywhere. I didn't search for it or anything. We just talked on the something. I don't
Yeah,
know how it found it, or now it's on Facebook. There is a posture that thing, you put it on your t-shirt, you don't even stick to your back.
yeah,
What I'm trying to say is everything is integrated in the end. ChatGPT,
yeah.
Google, Meta, they're all integrated. So, so without ads, like what is ads, right? You're getting attention, right?
Hmm.
Maybe let's say this podcast is also attention, right?
Yeah.
Everybody wants to grab somebody's attention.
Mm.
So it means without attention, you cannot grab, your share basically.
Yeah, that's
So
why I think
it
they
has
are late in the game, but at least they are doing it because the OpenAI is making billions in revenue, but they are losing billions in expenses also.
yes,
Where they are
yes,
losing double the amount of money they make, something around crazy numbers like that. So that's why advertisement will be a huge deal because it's very people ask very sensitive questions to
yes,
ChatGPT these days, right? Like people, like I heard somewhere like 1/5 of the conversation with ChatGPT is about health, private, personal
yes.
health. People ask you about health. So it's like imagine you have the power of selling that information or targeting advertisements to those. It's
Yeah, it is
crazy.
like they're means they're getting into what I will need tomorrow, after a week, after a month.
Mhm.
So it's a pipeline of sending me or selling me products. Oh, this
Mm.
guy Hemant Jindal will need tomorrow,
The
a
posture
let's say
correcting.
food or this kind of office or like. So they are trying to build their inventory to sell it to me. So,
Yeah.
and it's done all automatically. Before I ask it, hey, here is something you need today, and I definitely need it because they know my behavior. Like
Yeah.
I am just like a one person in a like of 10 billion population,
Mm.
uh, right? It's so easy to guess what I'm doing tomorrow, right?
Yeah. And also there, like you said, it's like a whole pipeline working against you, like several billions of money is poured into it, and then we are just an individual. It's very easy to work out your digital persona, what you might be interested. Okay, you're an entrepreneur. Probably you might want more sales, how to increase sales for him, and let's pitch a marketing team to him. Something
Yeah,
along
I
those
think
lines.
this is what I think is now. I was at my sister's place. I like whoever I meet these days. I asked a couple of questions. Like normally, this are you using Chat GPT?
Mm-hmm.
Most people say, but some people say no, I don't want to use it. Then I try to encourage them that
Mm.
why you wanted to be at disadvantage. And then
Mm.
if you are a software engineer, then I ask them, hey, do you use vibe coding? If they say no, I can do it, I can use it, that's it. It means when a recruiter calls they say I will use it. Means you are done. So if you tell them that I already use it, I have used it.
Mm.
This is the way you should code it. Then you are in the game.
Yeah.
So that's where um, we don't need to worry about these problems, global warming or these immigrants or something. We should focus, how to live our life for, let's say I'm 50, let's say I have another 20 more productive years. You are 30, like you have like say 30 for 40 more years to
Mm-hmm.
live. So we should think of our lifespan, like
Mm.
how to live that better.
Mm-hmm.
So you try to get into more productive by chat gpt or vibe coding,
Yeah.
so that you are ahead of the race.
I
You
mean, definitely, I agree with you. Definitely scales the productivity. Like guys, like one thing I can say is I am an AI engineer. I am not a full stack developer. Learning full stack engineering is like a hard thing for me to do even at 30. And then Hemant is running companies and stuff. Like for him also, learning this new stuff is very hard. But vibe coding has completely changed the game. That these days, like anybody, he has done so many new features before this call. We had a technical call where he was showing me the features that he's building already, and then I have built a dozen apps. Like it's just very surprising that you can do those things today. That's why I think like I would encourage everybody to be an entrepreneur. Today you can start your own company, software company. You can vibe code your app. There are stories of people who have vibe coded their way into Y Combinator. If you have a right idea, you think you have the domain knowledge that there is a serious problem, I would highly encourage you to vibe code. But having said that, vibe coding, there is also not, it's not completely perfect. It's just a new thing, right? Last 1.5 years or something. There are some flaws with vibe coding. That's where kind of we come in as Milk AI. What we do is, a lot of vibe coding apps are hard to ship because they are like 70-80 percentage there, but it's not completely there. When you have a real production app, you might need to do some testing. Things will break when it's in live production, and people will have no way to contact you and stuff. How to connect Stripe, payments, authentication, there are so many things that can break. So it's not always like everything is clear as sky. But that's where we come in. We kind of help you guys ship your apps. These days it takes like a couple of days to a week to fix all your apps. It won't take several months, and you don't need like $20,000 to start a company or anything. You can just come up with ideas, spend a couple of hundred to maybe $1,000, $2,000 maximum to finish a full-fledged shippable app with us. That's something like, it's not like a pitch that I wanted to push here. I'm just saying, like, vibe coding is really good. People like me, and we have a huge team as well, like, who have never shipped apps. Now we are able to ship apps, and we understand the ecosystem really well. We have built a dozen app to know what are the weaknesses of pipe coding, which we could ship, which we could fix and help you guys ship. I want every one of you guys to be an entrepreneur, like Hemant was saying. Like, whatever the signing bonuses these big companies give and take you in, not all of them get to be those exclusive people. And you know how bad the job market is. Inflation is going up, and then people are finding it more and more and more difficult to find jobs. So it's like, I think today, if not like yesterday, would be the best day to start a company. If you haven't started anything, I would, what are you guys doing? You guys should definitely consider starting company, because the cost of starting a company has come down a lot. The friction has been reduced by a lot. So yeah.
Yeah,
Hemant,
let me.
anything?
Yeah, I have something. Let me show you. While
Hmm.
like, because you talked about this thing, like what is vibe coding? Most people, they know vibe coding. It is, they
Hmm.
start a project. What I'm trying to show is a live project, which has almost 100 customers.
Hmm.
I'm just showing you example. Like the problems you run into.
Hmm.
See, like for example, like last our engineer was debugging this thing. You can
Yeah.
see what kind of problems you run into and what kind of prompts you should give.
Yeah.
Means either you learn it, or ask a like little bit a professional team who can save your time and money in both, like,
Yeah,
so that's.
we just showed you guys the workflow that we do as a company as well. So like, it is possible for anybody to start stuff like that. I'm repeating myself, but I cannot stress it enough. Like, there are so many young people who just always are in a big question mark of like what to do next, and they are seeing this AI race coming up, and then they know at some point the jobs might be gone. A lot of white collar jobs are probably going to be gone in 5 to
Yeah, I
10
think
years.
is see right now, how long we are. Let's say we are in 15 minutes or something.
Hmm.
If you have watched till this minute, I'll say is you already spent so much time in listening to this thing. I'll give you an assignment to do right now. Go to replit.com,
Hmm.
create an account, and just launch your own website. Let's say your name is Raj Kumar.
Hmm.
Just launch a website for your own. You don't need a domain, nothing. It should be rajkumar.repli.com.
Yeah.
So do it today. You will learn a lot. You will be like at least ahead of the game of 99% people of your competition.
Yeah, how many of you guys have a website for yourself? Like,
Right.
how many of you guys have a portfolio website? That's like a very essential thing, right? Like, I would highly recommend, this is the simplest thing. It won't cost you a lot at all.
It
It's
won't
like,
cost you anything. Yeah.
it's like basically like close to free. Maybe hosting it in a domain might cost
Yeah.
$10 a month, maybe $100 a year maximum. That's all. But it's your portfolio in case if you want to show yourself, sell yourself to a potential employer, or start your own venture. You want to show the world
What
who
even
you.
what it can do is you tell Replit pull my LinkedIn profile and
Mm,
make it a web page for me. So you don't need to be creative. You just say, okay, pull my LinkedIn profile, create a
yeah.
web page for me. The domain should be like, the name should be rajkumar.replit.com, and then you can start using that in your Facebook, LinkedIn, so that you are not dependent upon LinkedIn link. And then slowly that link will start coming up in the search engines. and that link will stay there forever, as long as your career, all that.
Yeah,
So
and you can just keep on adding it. That's the best
yes,
part. The one thing that Hemant, when he shared the screen, he did was he showed it's all natural language. Nowadays, you don't need to learn a programming language. You just need natural language to talk to the AI, and it also cannot be very generic. If you saw one of those prompts that Hemant was showing, it's a long 20, 50 line prompt actually. It's not like it's broken, fix it. It's not like that as well. That's where kind of we come in, like we as engineers are, and we have a very good, sincere, awesome team with the tons of experience, several decades of experience in this React Native and this app building stuff. Irrespective, it could be iOS apps, Android, or web application. Like we know this field for a long time, so we know like how to prompt it. Of course, initially it will be harder, but worst case, if you guys are stuck, feel free to contact us. But yeah, in theory, to create a website or portfolio thing, it's not like that difficult at all. You can just talk in natural language and get an understanding of how easy it is to ship today. No, yeah,
yeah.
that's
And
one thing.
and this podcast is not for marketing or anything, but we are here to help also. We are also a startup, we are trying to generate leads and all that. So marketing is another piece of something we're learning.
Yeah.
So maybe we can learn along with whatever you have idea, talk to us,
Hmm.
send us an email, something. uh,
Yeah. Also
we
write
can.
comments also in the videos as well, like if there is something that I'm smiling too much or too little or something, I don't know, I'm shouting a lot, I'm not sure. Like, so yeah, you guys can give us some constructive feedback. We are a bunch of engineers but trying to start our own company and try to fight it out in this entrepreneurship world. So build
Yes.
today, guys. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Awesome.
think we should be done for today. Maybe I don't
Yeah, I
want
mean,
to.
yeah, it's a good episode, I guess. Like, we have come to a good closing here. And we talked a bunch of stuff, a little bit of political stuff, a little bit of what's happening in the tech space. We'll bring more of the general knowledge also. It's not just like building an app, trying to sell it, buy from us, or
I think
build.
maybe what we should do, Raj, in the next thing, let's teach how to build the idea of creating your first on web page within
Yeah,
5 minutes. Within
yeah,
5 minutes.
yeah,
So the goal will be in 5 minutes from start to end. You will see how the vibe coding works, how to get the website done, how to complete full functional. Like
yeah.
public production ready. You can say.
Yeah, that's an awesome idea. Actually, Hemant, actually, I have done that exact thing and I'm planning to record that exact video actually. So next episode, maybe we could show that as well.
Yeah.
And also in on live air, also we can do some kind of a creation as
Yes.
well. Either way, we can do both of it, and then we'll show you the power of vibe coding and why you guys should definitely consider it. Okay. Irrespective of who you are, you don't need to know programming. You just need to
Yes.
learn to talk to the AI agent. That's all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
even a 8-year-old kid should be able to do it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
awesome.
Yeah.
So see you
Thank you.
guys, and we'll soon upload another episode, most likely next week. For sure. Enjoy your weekend. Have fun. See you. Bye.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank